Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Yo, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Unnamed Sports Show right here on Gorilla Cross Radio, broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas in the brand new Gorilla Cross Radio studio. First live show on Gorilla Cross. We did have one on Vegas High Media a little bit ago. Listen, man, it's a lot of work. Moving, painting, connecting equipment. It's a lot of work, man. We're still not even... We're 70%.
Work in progress.
We're about 70%, right?
But the hard part is
the hard part's done.
Lord,
the hard part is
part
done.
is over.
Yo, I'm your host, Quan59. We got a good show for you today. We're going to be talking a lot of sports, a lot happening in the NFL, so we're definitely going to be diving into that pretty heavy tonight. It's not daytime. It's almost midnight. It's midnight on the East Coast.
It's clearly night.
But I got my man Hollywood Huff in the building. What's good?
Oh, what's up, man? It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah.
Good to have you back,
Yeah.
Steve.
Look, Josh didn't think you were on the show anymore. I kept telling him, don't worry. He'll be back.
That is the complete opposite is what he said. He said, Negro, please.
Hey,
He has moved on to a new show. And I said, no. He's like Cleveland from Family
That's where
Guy.
I
He
know
comes
you
back.
from. I forgot I was sitting in one day when you guys were doing that show. Okay. It came to me now.
It came to you?
Jesus.
Nice.
you've sat in
Yeah.
for Steve most of the weeks.
Yeah, you've been the Steve replacement.
Yeah. Got my man Jose in the building. We don't have a nickname for Jose. I just realized that. Come on, Josh.
It'll come to me. Jalapeno Jose.
Hey, oh my God.
Wow, that's so racist.
Hey, you like that one? That wasn't bad on top of my head.
Did you like that?
I don't know. I'm still
It's a
trying
li-
to
it's
think
a little
about it.
racist.
It's a little
He's-
spicy. It's a little
He's
spicy.
processing it.
Is it spicy?
It's a little bit on the racist side.
Let it process.
Oh, man.
Gotta say it like that,
It's
though.
fun
You
to be
can't.
back. Fun to be back.
Jalapeno.
Yeah, don't say jalapeno.
Give me another round of jalapeno poppers.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno.
I'm going to go somewhere and say that just to see what happens.
Go to a restaurant. Go to a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
You got some jalapenos?
Yeah, I got the jalapenos.
You got them jalapenos?
I'm going to stretch that in, too.
Man.
I'm going to get the J wrong, but the N right. Jalapenos.
Oh my God, that's good stuff.
And yo, got my man just in time, Josh Williams,
Man,
in the building. What's good?
I'm good. I'm good. The knees have been iced from all the movement over the
Bro.
weekend. Man,
And you helped
Yeah.
out a lot, man. I thank you for helping so much.
those the up downs on those ladders, Steve, my knees were through. I was limping out of here.
And yo, we had a lot of people helping out this weekend,
Yes,
so I
we
want to
did.
thank everybody. Let the Ball Bounce crew. Bill Logan was in the building. Steve Senior was in the building. Mo girl chat. Spore was in the building. Talia was in the building. And then went out the building with one of my friends.
Yep.
How was that movie?
Movie was good.
Was it good?
It was we got there like 20 minutes late, but it was okay. We didn't like
You were going to see Queen and Slim, right?
Yeah, and Queen and Slim was sold out.
So
Which
what movie
doesn't
did
make
you see?
sense because you guys had the app over here. You were supposed to get the tickets
No, it was sold out
earlier.
It was sold out. Sold
Not
out.
if you would have got the tickets earlier.
I don't know.
It's
I
all
don't
good though,
have
man.
I don't have those kind of technologies, Quan.
How do
I
you
have
not
to-
have these technologies?
Man, I'll teach you
in
guys. I will teach you
2019?
guys.
You have a phone, right?
Yes.
So
You have a
the technology.
smartphone.
You got
You
no excuse.
possess the technology.
The
What are you,
smartphone is only as smart as the user that uses it.
bro? We're
Keep
not talking
trying
about rocket ships. You're not going to the moon to get jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
You know what I'm saying? You're just going to the movies, man.
Well,
Yo,
yeah,
if you want to call in, hit us up 702-608-3259. I don't know if the phone lines are working. We didn't even test those out. So hopefully they are. So try to call in.
Here, let me call real quick.
Give it a
I'm just-
shot.
I think Jose said his guy was trying to call us, so I think it works.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So if
Well,
you
I
listen
mean,
in,
the
give it a
phone
call.
works. I'm not sure if it's hooked up to the board right.
Oh, that's a much bigger question.
So actually, if somebody can't call in, Mo, you're online right now. Call in 702-608-3259. And let's see if these phone lines work.
that actually is very important.
I'm not going to lie. I was hooking up stuff at 6:59 for my 7 o'clock show. Still trying to make sure everything worked.
That's why this show is Ish. That's going to be the name of the new show.
8:30
The Ish.
The ish.
The Ish.
What time's your show start? 8:30-ish. And that ish is like a 2-hour ish.
I'm gonna
Starts at
stretch, I'm
10:30.
gonna
I
stretch
told you
that. I'm
ish.
gonna stretch that ish out. Is what I'm
Oh.
gonna do. We
Yeah.
gonna stretch it all the way. Did Mo call? Has Mo called yet? I didn't have a segue.
Dave
from
is calling. Dave, can you hear us?
We can't hear you, Dave.
We can't hear
I
you.
just had to test those phone lines.
Oh, there's Dave.
Hey.
Working.
All right,
Is your car working?
208 South Maryland Parkway, Suite C, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89101.
Dave's not coming.
For those of you that want to bring us food as well, you
Yeah,
got the address.
Listen, Josh wants you to at least hang out with us for our first show in the new building.
Dave doesn't want to come.
I would have loved to, but it was not allowed. But at least I can hang out with you vocally.
It was not
All right.
allowed.
It wasn't allowed. Wow.
That's an interesting take there.
Time did not allow.
I feel that.
Life did not
Oh,
allow.
okay.
We
All right.
just started. You got time, Dave. You know our shows are 3 hours.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
that's
not
what I'm
today.
afraid of tonight.
Yeah.
No,
no.
Oh God, not today.
This is definitely an hour and out because we spent an hour
Just getting ready.
working on cameras and angles and everything.
Fair enough.
Because the show
Ah.
before only had 2 cameras, so we didn't have everything else
Ah,
adjusted, and
interesting.
He doesn't care either. Not that much.
that's how it goes.
That's okay.
The ladies they look good from any angle. We need the help.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
gotta catch me in the right lighting.
I appreciate it. The more light on me, the better, because it blinds me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so bright you can't really see me.
Oh,
I
okay.
like it like
All
that.
right, there you go. You get bleached out.
Turn my lights up.
Dave, you got 30 seconds
Oh,
on
my God.
Buffalo Bills, and we'll give you 30 seconds on Luka.
Go.
Listen, the Bills are good and all. They're not really that good. But I'll spend the rest of that time on Luca.
Oh, come on. No, that is not the way that goes. You get your full 30 on the Bills.
No, I want to use my time on Luca and Luca only.
Oh, God.
Oh,
All right, I'm giving you your
I
time.
love
I'm
Luca as
timing it.
much as I hate those uniforms they wore yesterday. And that's a lot.
Wow.
Those uniforms are the trashiest of trash. They may be the worst uniforms of all time.
Oh, I hate those Mavs
However,
jerseys.
Luka-
They're horrible.
They're bad.
Luca hit shots directly in LeBron's face when he was actually playing defense.
Yeah,
That doesn't
he did.
happen anymore. Luca is 20 years old. 20 years old.
Wow.
He's like 4 or 5 years younger than Giannis
wild.
is. Just think about this. 3 teams passed on the man. I don't want to hear anything about how good Trae Young is or anyone else. That's ridiculous, and it was bad at the time.
No, we said that. I think we had a draft show. And,
You've covered
and
that.
You definitely
You've
said
covered
that a lot.
for sure.
I like Luka, just watching him. I thought Trae Young was actually going to be a bust. He's actually done a lot better. But that trade, it wasn't worth it. and it never will be. I mean, you traded a potential once in a lifetime type player for Trae Young, who a lot of kids are going to be playing like that in the future, coming in, jacking up threes and doing what he does.
Yeah,
you're not getting many Lukas.
Well,
at the age of 20, I mean, I agree everything with what Dave has been saying.
I will say one thing though: would you take Trae Young over Marvin Bagley?
Oh yeah, I would take Trae Young over Marvin Bagley.
So like, well, okay, go ahead, Dave.
Trae Young, hold on. Trae Young has to play in an exact system.
Okay,
he has to play there where they want to run and shoot threes.
That's true.
And Marvin Bagley has been unlucky on health so far this year, but you could put Marvin Bagley on pretty much any team. You can put excuse me. You can put Trae Young on very few teams.
Yeah.
Okay, but Marvin Bagley also isn't on the court, so he's not here to defend himself. Literally.
Correct. I think coming out, listen, Ayton was indefensible. I don't care about the thing about big men. Look at the league right now.
Yeah.
Bagley, because Vlade didn't like Luka's dad.
That's wild.
Get out of here.
That's trash.
That's how you get fired.
And I know they're trying to keep a Hawks thing where they're inspired by the Warriors, but come on, Luka.
Yeah, that's wild.
Is Luka the future of the NBA?
He's the now of the NBA.
Now, Steve.
The future is now, Steve.
Will Luka be better than
Luka
Michael
is
Jordan?
the right now.
No.
Will Luka be better than Michael
What's that?
Jordan?
No.
I'm not gonna go crazy
You're
about
not
it.
doing all that. You're not doing all that.
Thank you, Steve. Wait to at least just see where he lives.
I'm trying to-
Sometimes
yeah,
you
I'm
just
trying
gotta
to
see where
find
somebody
a-
live. Like where do you live, really?
I'm trying to find a home for Luka right now.
Craziest thing about it is, though, this kid's 20 years old and he's technically a vet.
Well, that's
Because of everything
exactly.
that he did
That's what
before
I'm
he even got
saying.
here. It's insane.
His knees got about 12, 13 years on him
Easy.
still. I mean,
He
he
was playing professionally for 5 or 6 years already.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
Europe.
yeah.
And how tall is he? He's 6'7", 6'8"?
He's 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. He's
20 years old?
Dude, I
he's a
would not
different
worry
player.
about his knees. He wasn't playing in AAU tournaments where he's playing 3 times a day
That's
Yeah.
during
true.
all those years.
That's what I'm
true,
saying.
too.
Like he's got a
And
lot of miles to give.
And I don't like that whole thing people have been saying, like, oh, he's been playing too long already. It's like everybody has been playing since they were 10.
Right.
Well,
Some of us, a lot of
No,
people
go
are playing on blacktops
yeah, that's true too.
every day, all day and night. So you can't really use that as like, oh, their knees.
That's true.
We're
If
playing
you,
on
really, if
blacktops,
you really
bro.
think about it, we didn't play on the AAU teams, but we played.
I know,
like
but
hours.
I'm saying
hours.
at this point I'm 39 and my knees are done, bro. Like I'm,
I'm
and
35.
what I'm
35,
saying
my
is
knees are
there's
done.
19 years between me and Luka right now. So what I'm saying is he's got a lot of time. It's not like like he's
Yeah.
been in the NBA for like 5 years and he finally developed into this. He's just getting
he's
started.
already
Like
there. Yeah.
he's technically, in my mind, he's still a rookie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a rookie, but he's still a rookie player. Like he's so young in the league.
Yeah.
He's got so much time, and to develop where he is, most players develop to be Luka.
Yeah.
Luka's already at
Develop,
that point.
yeah.
He's already
so
here.
what's he going to develop
Yeah.
into now in the
That's
next 5,
scary.
7 years? You
That
know,
is scary.
that's the scary thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, you know,
I
where's
still
he
don't know
live?
what his athletic peak is.
Right,
at
that-
20.
Right. You see
At
what I'm
20, I
saying?
don't even
Yeah.
know what that is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Nobody
oh, man.
knows.
Yeah.
Scary.
That's what's so beautiful. That's why I'm happy I was an early adopter.
do you
product.
now Dave, do you feel like he's I shouldn't say in shape, but do you feel like he's at like his physical peak? Do you feel like he still can get a
Not
lot
remotely.
stronger and things like that?
Not
I
remotely
think so
close.
too.
He could grow.
You can clearly tell.
He's 20. He
You
can
can
still
clearly
get
tell
taller.
he hasn't. He could, but I'm thinking more so just he's going to reach a point where he decides to get in better condition.
Yeah.
You know,
Man.
he's going to get better. That's the thing. There is no doubt about it. He's going to get better. He's competitive as hell. He's as gifted as pretty much anybody in the league.
Yep.
Come on.
He's like point something away from averaging a triple double in rebounds and assists.
At 20.
Like that's wild to me.
Yeah, he's second. He's
That's wild to
second in the
everyone.
league in assists right now, behind LeBron.
Yeah.
Second
I mean-
in the league. He's 20 years old and a 6'7" forward.
in the next few years, a white man will be dominating basketball.
Good.
Like that is crazy.
They've had a long.
Lucas is
long-
white. He's
they've had a
European.
long-
Yeah, it's been rough for him.
Larry.
Still white.
Larry
though.
Bird.
White,
Yeah.
he's European.
Hey,
Not the same.
hey, don't worry.
Yeah,
Look,
you know.
let him come up with his own hairstyle. I bet you little white boys in suburban America will be rocking it. I promise
Yes.
you that.
All day.
There'll
And
be
trust
some-
me,
I wish I could grow the hair to do whatever the Luca would become.
Oh my
God.
goodness, that's too funny. Yeah, I mean, shoot, what Larry's probably the last one. Like, great.
yeah.
John Stockton.
You had like John Stockton,
Stockton.
Steve Nash.
Dirk
You had
Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk, maybe?
Well,
There's
but
been
see,
a couple,
but
but
Dirk-
Was an MVP?
Well, Dirk was very much Euro. Like Dirk.
yeah,
He was also Euro. So's
Yeah.
Luca. Luca's Euro. That doesn't count the same as
Eh,
American honkies.
Luke. Luke.
Euros are different.
Luke. Hey, but look. I'll say this. Dirk also looked like he wasn't American.
yeah.
Like Dirk couldn't blend in.
and that speech
Yeah.
too gave Dirk away. You could hear that he was not American
From the
Yeah.
gate. Luca at least has a little bit more of a.
But Dirk got him a black
Caucus
woman
look.
though.
No, black woman. Yeah.
Oh yeah, showing up to games with plates with aluminum foil over the top.
Yeah.
It's real black.
Oh,
woman.
he knows
I
what he's
remember that
doing.
picture.
He got him
I
a real
remember
one,
that
too.
picture.
He
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I'm happy for Dirk.
He's got cocoa butter and pink moisturizer.
That's right. Dirk.
All right, Dave. Well, thanks for the call. You should have been here.
Sorry, couldn't make it.
Thanks for missing the first show ever in the new
all
studio.
All hell
All
Luca,
right.
right? All hell Luca.
May Luca be with you.
Peace. Yeah, if you guys want to call in,
Oh,
hit us
man.
up 702-608-3259. Shout out to Nick Hamilton, man. He's not
Nick?
happy that we're talking about Luka this early. He said Russ did it 3 years in a row or 2 years in a row and didn't get this much pub.
No.
But he didn't do it at the age
Not
of
at
20.
20 Russ was playing really well, but we didn't really know who Russ was until Kevin left.
But we talked about Russ on our show
A lot.
I know we hyped him up a lot because he's right. He wasn't getting the same type of pub.
That first year he was. That first year it was insane.
But the second year he didn't, and it was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
just him doing it
He
again.
just does it.
A lot of people wrote Russ off as like a lot of his rebounds and assists were kind of garbage assists or garbage rebounds.
That's
that
right.
you know what I mean. So a lot of
That's
people
right.
tried to brush it off.
Well,
like,
they tried to marginalize
yeah,
him.
make it seem like it wasn't
Yeah.
as great as it was. But I mean, nobody else is getting a triple double in garbage assists and rebounds.
Yeah.
So or even coming
Triple-double
close.
and averaging one in general.
That's
it
what I'm
says something.
saying, yeah,
Whether it's
exactly.
garbage, whether it's a bad team,
Yeah.
whether it's garbage
Right.
time, it doesn't matter. You're averaging a triple double.
All right,
Exactly,
Dave
that's what I'm
took us
saying,
off
yeah.
Monday Night Football.
Oh.
The whole reason we do the show is because Monday Night Football ends, and then we have to
Talk
set up
about it.
cameras and then do the show after Monday Night Football. So, listen, man, we're going to talk about the Seattle Seahawks versus the Minnesota Vikings. Competitive game. It was close the whole time. It was, I saw probably half of it. It was good the whole time. It didn't end the way I wanted it to end, but props to Seattle. I mean, you got to take care of business at home. Your boy Kirk Cousins did what Kirk does.
He does Kirk things.
And now Seattle is leading the NFC West, which puts them in a tiebreaker over the 49ers, so they would have the bye right now if playoffs starting today.
Crazy. Niners will be a fifth seed.
When do you guys play them again?
We play them the last week of the season.
In Seattle, right?
In Seattle.
yeah,
Seattle,
because
yeah.
they beat them in
Yep.
San Fran. Or San
We
Clara.
do got a caller live on the line. What's up?
Yo, what's up? It's Nick Hamilton. What's going
Oh,
on, guys?
Hey, what's good,
Nick
man?
from the streets. I can hear the wind behind you right now.
Yes. Live from the
Yeah, it's about that
streets.
train life.
Hey, there you go. What's up, Nick?
Hey, first of all, congrats on the new studio, guys, man.
Bro.
That's dope.
I can't wait till you come out here and see it, man.
Oh, yeah, I already know, man. My thing is about Luka is this, man. I have no problem with Luka. I think Luka can play, right? But all this lathering up and ball washing this kid, and I mean, I know he's doing some extraordinary things right now.
Wait.
But it is a marathon of a season.
I gotta stop you. You can't just gloss over ball washing. I'm still wait a minute. Let me have my moment. Everybody's stuck, and I was like, no, he's not gonna just gloss over that like he didn't just say that. Wait a minute. Okay, go ahead and continue. I'm sorry. I had to give everybody their moment because everybody wanted to laugh, and I wasn't gonna let that
I thought I
happen.
misunderstood. I was like, did he say ball wash?
See, I saw him say it on the chat already, so I was like,
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
I was like, maybe I don't know.
All right, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
No, man, but no, I mean seriously. I mean, when you look at Luka, he's done some extraordinary things. But like I said, we're always so quick to crown people before it's time to crown them. You know what I'm saying? We looked at Jeremy Lin was one. You know, we looked at Lonzo Ball, who didn't fare well. Jeremy Lin was another one. I mean, there's countless others. You know, AK-47, who actually had a couple of good years and then he fizzled out.
Yep.
I mean, we always put the crown guys, and I'm not saying that Luka can't excel, and I'm not saying that Luka can't do well in 2 years from now, but we don't know.
Yeah,
And give him his props for right now. But I hear a lot of people, not just you guys, but I'm saying in general, there's a lot of people, you know, just, I mean, caping up with this dude. I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, hold on, man, wait. This dude is doing good, but let's see what he does 2 years from now. I mean, something that Jerry West always would say is that, hey, man, give a kid 3 to 4 years and see what he does. And if he does exceptionally well in 3 to 4 years, then that's who he is. If he doesn't, then you know that he didn't live up to the potential. So that's all I'm saying. Just be cautious about how we treat this kid, because sometimes you can give him a little bit more roses than he needs to be smelling right now.
No,
and that could be his detriment.
I 100% agree, and you know, I'm usually the first person to back up off of somebody, especially as a rookie, because I mean, just look at Donovan Mitchell. You know, Donovan Mitchell was his rookie year. Everyone was going crazy. Oh, Donovan Mitchell. And then last year, he really didn't do very much. He didn't, you know. When you look at Dwayne Wade and those type of players, they parlay a great rookie year and they build and they get better. Luka has done that, but it's only year 2. It's year 2 of possibly at least a 10 to 12, 14, 15-year career. Year 2 is just the beginning. That's not the end of the road. That's still the beginning of the road. So, you know, a lot of time, but I will say all that being said, averaging a triple-double at 20 is still incredible.
Well, and that's the thing. I think that's why he's kind of hyped up right now, because he is 20 years old, and right now, even though it's only the beginning of the NBA season, the first month, there's a 4-man race for MVP, and that's Giannis, LeBron, James Harden, and Luka, who's 20, mixed in with these superstars that we've known for the last 5 years. LeBron, obviously, like a lot longer than that, but you know, Giannis being around and stuff like that. So I think that's why people are hyping up, because he's doing this game after game. I don't think we've seen that with some of the other players that were mentioned. We saw those hints of Donovan Mitchell, but he wasn't averaging a triple-double almost, you know? No. So I think that's why it's different with Luka. And at the same time, man, like we need a nice white guy playing ball. You know what I'm saying?
I can give him that.
That's what it is. I mean, that's what it really is.
We can, hey, call a spade a spade. It's all right.
Listen, I mean, that's what you need. I mean, that's what it really is, more so than anything else. I think it's more just what the appearance is, and also too, there wasn't a lot of film on Luka year 1, all right, because he didn't have the shine, he didn't get the touches, he didn't get certain things handled the way he's getting them handled now. But that's what I'm saying. Let's look out for year 3 and year 4.
That's right.
As he continues to build, you know what I'm saying, he's going to be able, now you're going to have more film on him. And the more games he plays and the way he plays, teams are going to develop more film like anything else. And then we'll see how well he adjusts to that film. Like you said, Donovan Mitchell. Spider Mitchell had a great first year, but then everybody got so much film on him. Second year, they were able to kind of slow him down and contain him. Now he's kind of adjusting to that containment in year 3, and he's starting to kind of take off now. He had a slow start, but he's starting to take off a little bit now. And that's what I'm saying. You know, we have to be careful with Luka. Luka's special, but he's not that special to a point where we have to just crown the dude before it's time.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But he definitely more special than Jeremy Lin, I tell you that.
Insanity.
When he said Jeremy Lin, that just struck a nerve. Bro. I told everybody, I was like, Jeremy Lin had 3 good games, and people just went nuts. Like this was the second coming of the GOAT, was like just embodied.
That was 3 weeks in a row with a dude that nobody knew that should have not been in the league. So that was listen, man.
Look, hey, Steve,
I was loving those 3 weeks.
Steve,
I was loving those 3 weeks.
I'll say this. He parlayed 3 weeks into like
millions
10 years on this game right now. So I'm not even mad at him.
And I'm happy for him getting his money, but
I'm gonna tell you,
he wasn't no real baller, if you ask me. He just, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you like this. I think Luka is the reincarnation of Drazen Petrovic.
There you go.
What Drazen Petrovic,
don't drive on snow, bro.
Could have been.
Man.
Yeah, don't drive on Autobahn. But what Drazen Petrovic could have been, we possibly may see in Luka in a couple of years.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
I love Drazen back in the day.
That would be really cool.
He was actually the guy used in NBA Live because he was a cool white guy.
Not live. That was Bulls versus Blazers.
Oh, was it that early?
Hey,
That
man,
was that early.
People don't. You know, it's so crazy because people don't realize and give Drazen his props because Drazen opened the door for European players.
Yes, he did.
If it wasn't for Drazen Petrovic, people don't give. Everybody wants to look at Dirk Nowitzki and they look at Pau Gasol, which they should because those are two good, outstanding players. But before those two players came into fruition, and before the Tony Parkers of the world came into fruition, there was Drazen Petrovic.
100%.
People need to put some respect on his name.
100%.
Drazen, Arvydas Sabonis, Vlade.
Well, Arvydas was way down the line.
Yeah,
He never,
no.
He never came to the NBA.
Yeah. Remember, Arvydas was killing overseas.
No, that's fine, but he didn't come to the NBA, so he didn't open the door for the Euros coming to the NBA.
But I'm just saying in terms of those first Euros that came, Vlade, Tony Kukoc.
Vlade.
You know what I mean? Like those were he was a part of that initial wave, but Drazen was like the first
Drazen's
star.
the one that opened the door for even Vlade and all them to come. Dino Racha and all
Tony
them.
Kukoc was a 6'11" guard.
Yeah.
Tony Kukoc being a 6'11" guard.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they had confidence in a 6'11" guard is remarkable because of Drazen.
Yeah.
My brother used to beat the brakes off me with Drazen Petrovic, NBA Live. I didn't even know who that dude was, man. He just, bring back memories.
I still got the man's jersey. I got his jersey.
Oh, that's dope.
The old New Jersey Nets jersey hung up.
That's a good one.
You know what I mean? But, hey, man, you guys continue to do a great show, man. I'm proud of you guys.
Appreciate it.
Congrats on all the new success, man, and you guys keep killing it.
Yes, sir, man.
Thanks,
we'll see you out here soon, man.
Hey, Nick, it's Jose real quick, man. I just wanted to give you a big shout out again on that interview you did with Daz Dillinger. Like I said, I'm a huge fan growing up since I was a kid, and what you did, that was pretty cool, man.
Oh, man, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. It was, it was a blessing, man. Just being getting the opportunity to talk to Daz and Corrupt that night, man. It was special, man, especially with the 25th anniversary of Dog Food. So I appreciate that, bro.
Yes, sir.
For sure, man. Nick, let everybody know where they can find you.
Besides on this train that I'm on right now, y'all can find me on all things social media at Nick Hamilton LA. That's at Nick Hamilton LA and at Nightfall Media, which is NITEFALLMEDIA. Thank y'all so much, man. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, man, we will talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
Yo, check him out. He does a lot of interviews. I mean,
he be on TV,
he covers,
on the news out there a lot.
Yeah, he's on the news. Yeah. He covers all LA sports.
Chargers,
he covers a lot of hip-hop stuff out there, also entertainment. So definitely make sure you check him out because I've been on his Instagram, like you said, with all the Snoop Dogg stuff he was doing at that event. Really dope, man. So make sure you check him out right there, my man Nick Hamilton in LA. Love when he calls up. Mal Stuman, all right, man. We'll get to your Seahawks. You haven't watched my show ever, and now you want to watch it because the Seahawks won. All right. And I was already giving them props. Listen, man, I could be non-biased and say that Seattle did their job.
You're better than me.
And now, listen, they're not going to win the division because we have one game against them remaining in the season, and 49ers are going to take that in Seattle to end the season and take the division and get that bye. But as of right now, there's 4 teams at 10-2, San Francisco, Seattle, the Patriots, and the Ravens. This knocks the 49ers, who were 10-1 going into yesterday's game, down to 5th seed, so they would have to be in the wild card, you know what I'm saying? But there's still, 4 games left?
Both of you have 1 soft game and 2 hard games and, another game that can go either way.
Yeah.
You guys have the Saints this coming week,
Falcons,
and you have the Falcons.
Rams.
And then you have the Rams, which is you're man, you never know. And then the Seahawks. So
I know. Rams suck.
Hey, listen. It's kind of one of those games you just.
It's still a conference
division
game.
games. Division games at the end of the season.
Yeah.
What happens when a team isn't in the playoff hunt?
They got nothing to lose.
Their Super Bowl is to knock out a division rival. So those games are always big. I don't care if you have 3 wins.
The Seahawks have the Rams this coming week. Then they have the Panthers, so that's their weaker game. Then they have the Cardinals. So they have 2 games.
See, that's the thing, though. You can't sleep on the Panthers either.
Yeah.
That's their Super Bowl as well, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Redskins knocked them out.
And Cardinals.
And then they
you had to throw that in.
Then they finished.
Biggest dog on the board.
They finished with you guys.
Biggest dog on the board yesterday.
Oh God.
Two 10-plus point dogs won yesterday outright, which is crazy.
Wow.
Dolphins and the Redskins.
I should have put that down, but I never had that kind of faith. Never had that kind of faith.
So I got a question for you, Quan. Out of those 4 teams, like you said, if people don't know math, the Niners still have the best record in the NFL.
Yeah, they all have the best record in the NFL. 4 teams have the best record in the NFL.
Speaking without your heart, non-biasedly, out of those 4 teams, though, who would you say is the best team right now?
Oh, the Ravens. The Ravens beat all them. The Ravens have beat all 3 of the other 10-2 teams.
That's crazy.
All 3 of them. So I mean,
everybody got one loss.
You can't say anything about them not being the best team in the league.
I got you. Yeah.
They're the best team in the league right now. You can't. There's nothing you could do except look at the record.
They win 8 in a row.
Beat.
8 in a row now.
I think so. I think it's 8.
I don't know, but they're winning different ways too, which is always something I look for. Because when teams are constantly winning the same way, like, oh, we blow everybody out. The Patriots, the year that they won, they were blowing everybody out. And then they had that tight game versus the Giants at the end of the regular season. They played them again. The Giants winning that game with confidence because they had just taken them to the brink in Game 16. So, when you only win and every game is it's easy, it's a cakewalk. When you start going through wars, these other teams have been in wars. They know where their bodies are buried, whereas you don't. So the Ravens right now, they're winning ugly. They're winning in weather. They're winning blowouts. But they're winning different ways. And Lamar Jackson has looked good literally from, I'd say, week 3 on.
Yeah, they had win, loss, and then they won every game.
Every game.
They've won 8 in a row, I think.
They lost to the Chiefs 33-28, close game, right? Mm-hmm. They lost to the Browns 40-25. I guess they all just took a nap that game and then realized, oh, we just lost to the Browns. And since then, they've been wreaking havoc. On everybody.
And there's one thing I wanted to say, too, because I've been messing with Quan a lot, and Niner fans in general, you can't beat a real team or this and that, whatever. For everybody that's hating on the Niners right now, they played a hell of a game yesterday. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due.
Well, we handled the Packers the week before.
You lost a game in a field goal with probably the best kicker in the league. So it's not like you got blown out.
One of the best kickers of all time.
You were in the game all the way. So there's people that are writing articles and saying, well, I wrote an article about this, and I told you that the Niners were going to win, and they got to play this team. I'm sorry. It's not like the Niners got blown out, and you're talking about something that, you were all
If they were a bad team, they would get blown out by the good teams. They would have got blown out.
They are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. The way they played, like you said, playing against the best technically team in the league, come on, they lost by a field goal. You got to give that team credit.
Niners lost 2 games by a total of 6 points.
Yeah.
And one of those in overtime. So both of those games could have went either way if there was a few. I didn't love the play calling. We have 4th and 1 and threw it.
I hate that.
4th and 1 and threw it when our running back had been running through them all game. I didn't like that play call.
That's scared football to me. That is scared football. If we can't go get 3 feet, then we don't deserve to be on this field.
Yeah.
That's how I look at football. Like, if you can't go get me a yard, I look like that
Greg
at 2.
Hardy, none of that.
I look like that with 2 yards. Like, it's like we can't go get 2 yards.
There's not a. I feel like it's all Pete Carroll's fault. Like, he didn't get enough hate for throwing a pass on the 1-yard line.
He got a lot of hate.
If he would have got, he didn't get enough. He might have got a lot of money. So he might have got a lot, but he didn't get enough. If he would have got more hate,
don't hit the table.
Then more people would understand. You know what? I don't want to get that kind of hate. So maybe we should just run the ball. Forget winning or losing. We're gonna run this ball. Like, that's what you do on 4th and 1. You run it.
Well, look, and not even so much.
That look in his eye.
That was 4th. That was put eating cookies on there.
Hey, you told me to bring snacks. Come on.
I know, not on air. He opens them on air. What was I going to say? Oh, that was 4th and 1 on the goal line though. So I understand. Like, you're like at the 50.
How did you line up?
I'm pretty sure it was shotgun, so I didn't even like that.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what made me mad. We didn't even know. And you knew he was going to run the ball.
You got a running back that they call beast mode.
Like, yeah.
No, we're on the
14. We're today right now. Let it go.
I'm sorry.
That's 4 years back. Let it go.
5 years ago.
Have another
all right, what game we talking about?
Give him a cookie.
49.
Give Steve a cookie. Settle him down.
Have another.
Give him a Scooby snack.
That's my biggest thing is.
And don't give them to your kids.
We're gonna be in shotgun on 4th and 1.
Yeah, I didn't
so
like
it's that. Like, oh, so we really aren't running. We're not even given the threat of run. Like, at least if you're gonna fake, then fake and bootleg. Yeah. That's fine. That's football. But don't just sit there and be like, yeah, we're gonna throw, and hopefully you guys don't give us pressure.
And the ball got tipped because they knew they were gonna throw the ball.
Yeah.
And so I didn't like that play call. There was a couple other things. We had no timeouts. We used 2 timeouts, I believe, in the third quarter. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Not in the big ones.
At all. I mean, you have to go into the fourth quarter with all your timeouts. You have to try to go in the last 3 minutes of the game with all your timeouts.
Yeah.
Because if that would have happened,
different game.
The 49ers would have been able to at least, let them score.
Yeah.
And then at least you got 2 timeouts with maybe 45 seconds left.
Yeah, you could try
a minute left.
Yeah.
To be able to get down the field and maybe kick a field goal and tie it.
Yeah, when they know you can't stop the clock, that changes the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
That was Bill Belichick said when they beat the Rams at the beginning of their 20-year reign. Now, that was one of the reasons that they felt like they could win because they knew that the Rams were out of timeouts.
Yeah,
and they said knowing that and the way that they basically aggressively call offensive plays, if they could just get one stop, they can get the ball and control the clock. They had all their timeouts. Rams didn't have any at all.
Yeah,
and in essence, they won it on a field goal with that philosophy.
Yeah.
So timeouts, they may not seem that big of a deal, but
they're huge.
They're huge when in a close game like this.
Especially if it's a close game and it's a big game. Like those
in a big game, timeouts mean everything.
You need at least 2.
Yeah.
3 is gravy, but you definitely got to have 2. You can't go into the situation with none or 1.
Yeah. Got to be able to stop the clock.
Yeah. All right, we got a caller live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? There you go. Call back. And don't call from an unknown number because I don't answer those normally. But go ahead and call in 702-608-3259. If you say the N-word like some of the prank callers like to do every time they call the show, I hope you choke on salsa.
Who did that?
You hope they choke
they
on
do that all the time.
jalapenos.
They do that all the time.
Yeah, remember it happened at the last studio. It happened at the last
dudes?
Clearly.
We have
idiots.
We have like one
Idiots.
prank caller. He calls from
Idiots.
different numbers all the time and does.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right.
Stupidity.
Let's.
But I just hope he chokes and loses his voice.
Not on the first day in the new studio.
No, I hope he chokes.
At least give. No, I'm talking about the caller. I don't. He can die.
Yeah.
Hey, at least
But
you know you got
anyways, call
followers,
in
right?
and go ahead and share. If you guys are watching live, please share the live video feed. We're also on YouTube. We're on Twitter, Periscope. So check it all out right here. We do got a caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mal Suman. I'm calling from Washington State.
All right, we got to hang up on you. No, go ahead, bro. What's up, dude? How you been?
It's like that.
How you been, Seattle?
Okay, all right, good.
I had my. I'm feeling
You're
good
like, wait,
tonight.
what's going on?
I'm feeling good tonight. I know that.
I know you're feeling good, man. That was a good win by your squad. I know you were nervous, though.
Yes,
The Vikings made you nervous, and the Vikings aren't
Yeah, but
really
you know
that good
what?
of a team, and they made you really nervous.
Listen, no. Actually, this is how we play. Unfortunately, this is how we play. Every game we play, it's always close. We play to the level of who we're playing. That's just how we do it.
That's
I'm
true.
used to it now. And so we're going to handle this business.
The good thing with that, you have one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the league. So, he always comes in clutch at the end. But, yeah, man, I was hoping you guys would lose tonight. I'm not going to lie. I hope you guys lose 3 games in a row. 4 games in a row.
He wants you guys to lose every game for the rest of the season.
No, but you know what? Honestly, Santa Clara hasn't played anybody except for us and the Ravens, and they lost
and
both
Green
those
Bay.
games. So
And Green Bay and whoop Green Bay.
Green Bay's not that good. They're not that good though.
Oh,
They're
come
all right.
on.
I mean, they're all
Stop
right.
it.
I mean, they're not.
Stop it.
I mean, they're good.
What was their record? What's their
in it.
record right now?
They're always in it because Aaron Rodgers is always in it.
Yeah, because they're
But
good.
They're not. Yeah, but they're not in the mix. I mean, nobody's counting them to go to the Super Bowl.
They were till they got blown
let's
out
be
last
real.
week by the Niners. They were.
Right,
Last week, before they got blown out by the Niners, they definitely were. And then they just went on and blew out a team.
Because Aaron Rodgers is always in that conversation, right? Until somebody proves the ball,
definitely.
right? But I'm gonna be honest with you though. It's a good rivalry. We're back to that gritty competition, and that's good. That's good. So I'll be honest with you. I mean, the next game is gonna be tight. It's gonna be the run from here on out is gonna be good. So.
Definitely, man. I mean, listen, you can't ask for anything more. The end of the season, there's 4 games left. A lot of these games are going to mean something.
Right.
Our division is different than we thought it would be. A lot of people were still picking the Rams to win the division.
Well,
they thought it was going to be
for
Rams
sure,
over. They thought 49ers are still rebuilding. They thought Seattle was rebuilding. I didn't think Seattle would do this. I think I picked them to win 6 or 7 games.
They are the shock. They are the shock, I think.
I mean, I think it's shocking, too, that the Rams suck so bad. Except golf.
No, everybody's surprised with that. Everybody's surprised by that. I had the Seahawks at 12-4. I did not. I'll be honest. I did not see Santa Clara coming on like that.
Well, I had them at 14-2, the Niners, and we need to go on this 4-game winning streak.
You're almost there.
Wow.
You're almost there.
Man, I mean,
don't say, "Oh wow, we're close."
They're in position. We're in position. I did not see that coming, honestly. But then when you get a lot of high picks in the draft, it should be something like that, right?
Yeah, definitely. You should. I mean, that's
if you lose a lot, you get those high picks. I mean, of course you should be up there.
Yeah, that's cool. Are you guys gonna pay attention to the show?
Yeah, I paid attention to the show.
Sorry.
But Josh,
He's like a kid, man. He's like so hard to deal with sometimes.
That is great. I'm sorry. I got a meme that was so good. I almost lost my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I appreciate what you guys are doing. And, I told you at the beginning of the season that, if you needed a Seahawks, commentary, that I was going to be there for you. You didn't call on me, so I had to call on you.
Hey, man, we appreciate it. But 49ers will win the division. Even if it comes to the last game of the season, the 49ers will win that game.
No.
If we're tied at the end of the season,
No.
49ers are winning that game
No.
in Seattle.
Remember
Heard it here
we
first.
had this decision to be made? No, last time that happened, we set that tone, Don't you remember?
That's last time. That's fine.
Don't you remember? No, we win these big games. That's what we do.
All right.
Wow.
We will see. We will
Who
see.
said wow? Please tell me the guy with the Redskins did not say wow.
No, that wasn't me. Hey, man.
Oh.
Hey,
Taking shots.
Hey. See, I was quiet. Now,
you sparked that plug now.
You pull yourself together over there, Mr. One Ring. You got one ring on my life, all right? Now, you ease up. You know what I mean? Yeah, all right now.
I can't see who. I can't see who's saying what, but I just.
Okay, all right.
I think
that wasn't me.
he's still excited
That
about
wasn't
that
me.
celebration that his team did.
I'm
Didn't
still
help them win the game.
No, I'm not. I don't say much about my team. My team is trash.
Mal, thanks for calling, man, and keep watching, man.
Hey, appreciate it.
All right, man.
All right, peace.
Peace. I just said man 3 times.
You did.
I sound like
It's all
Steve with likes.
With likes.
Hey, it's a beautiful thing.
All right, talking about the Washington football team.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
These fools have a chance with three wins.
Stop putting that in the
To
atmosphere.
It's week 13.
Wow.
They could possibly win the division.
Josh, you excited or what?
No, I want no parts
I would
of that
love
talk.
that. I think it'd be
No
hilarious.
parts.
Josh, if they win the division, you need to throw a playoff party for the first game of the playoffs.
No, for us to just get cracked, like somebody is going to blow my team out. Like my team will literally
Remember,
be like,
the last team to go 7-9 and win their division was the Seahawks, and they beat the Saints in the first game. Didn't do anything after that, but they beat the Saints in the first game.
"Hey man, look, we can beat the little Giants, and we can just say one game."
There you go. That'll be your Super Bowl.
One game.
First
That
round.
one
That
time.
That one time.
That one time, I raced him down Cherry Hill, and he ate my. That one time.
That one time.
No.
You wouldn't be happy if your team won out.
No, because it doesn't. Because all right, Quan, this is the reason
You
I
make
wouldn't
the
be happy.
playoffs.
No, this
Yeah.
is the reason why I would not be happy. Any other year, sure. This year we have a lot of holes that have continued to be exposed, and we have stuff that we still have to
Like your
fix.
team name.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that.
There's something somebody can do about
Think
it.
about it. Think about
I
it.
can't-
Something can be done.
I don't have that
7
power.
and 9 would be trash, obviously.
More can be done about the name than anything else.
Very
But
true.
why not get to the playoffs though? You'll give your young guy some playoff experience, even if he is 7-9. I mean, it's something worth it at the end of the day.
Well, shoot. I mean, Dwayne Haskins would probably be like, if that was the case, he would be.
As long as he's not taking selfies before the game is over.
He'd be 5-2 as a starter. So I mean, he did fine. If that happened, that would be great for him, and we could build from there. That would be great.
That would be a good
But
confidence booster for him in general.
I don't need that kind of confidence. I need Chase Young. That's what I need. Look. I've told you what I actually, honestly, what I want. I would love for Dwayne Haskins to look solid, get some touchdowns, get some. He's been looking better, And then for our defense to do what they do, which is what they almost did yesterday. They gave up an onside kick and almost
I just still think it's amazing that they have 3 wins and could legit win the division.
That's how
bad that division
yeah.
is right now.
It's a dumpster fire. It's a complete dumpster fire.
Hey, there's been years where that division has been that bad and then took out somebody in the first round. So just
I don't know about that bad. This is pretty bad.
No.
There's usually one good team that is.
I want to say the Cowboys went like 8-8 one year and made it in.
A lot of teams have made
might go
8-8.
7-9.
The Redskins have gone 9-7 and won the division. Like, it kind of just happens. I'm not shocked. I'm sorry that
but
you're so sad.
the Eagles messed up yesterday. They had a chance to gain ground, actually, to take
they up 10-0 to start that game?
Yes.
Jeez.
No. And we're up 20. What was it? 28. 28-14, I believe.
It was something where they shouldn't have lost that game.
10.5-point favorite, by the way, for all you bettors out there.
You got to beat the Dolphins.
Ooh, I took the Dolphins.
And
too.
the Dolphins went from tanking to winning games now.
I know somebody's got to tell their coach that you're supposed to be tanking here and you're trying to be doing something.
Shoot, Brian Flores like, I'm trying to stay as the coach too.
No, he's trying to keep his job.
For real.
He's like,
Y'all be like, yeah, go ahead and tank. And then everybody be like, oh, Black Friday.
Yeah.
Or Black Monday? Sorry, just had Black Friday. Black Monday when they fire all the coaches.
Oh, my God.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
He's trying to keep his job.
Black Monday, they call it.
I came back.
Shout out to Black Friday because all the friends that helped on Black Friday
We're black.
were black. I appreciate all my black friends.
I'm black every day.
You had your, what was it, your Black Friday special?
We know you're black every day, Steve. We're saying the people that helped.
Cause post Black Friday special. Come help paint the studio and get free pizza.
Hey,
Is that what you posted for real?
Yeah.
we had a Black Friday special.
I didn't look at
man.
my phone all day.
It wasn't a lick of pizza here either.
Still waiting.
There
on
was
it.
pizza,
It's on
and then
its
when
way.
you left, we ordered more.
Oh, man.
Wow.
When were you here?
Not when you were here. I
When
guess.
he did the really
When
good
I was
paint
here
job.
with you painting,
My bad.
you don't remember.
Bro, you were here for 37 minutes.
I was
But
here
you-
for
but
an
you're here-
hour and 37 minutes.
Did you make it that long?
In
was-
between
he's
my
almost 2
two
hours.
jobs, it was
Yeah,
almost 2 hours, bro.
Hey,
It's
bro,
almost
you
2
was
hours.
working that day. You was working that day.
Work every day, baby.
You were.
Yo, we got a caller live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I only called to talk about my Sixers.
No.
We're on the NFL segment right now.
Come on back to the Eagles.
Let's talk about your Dolphins.
But I had some. That's not nice.
The funny thing is, she
I'm gonna
tags
say
me in her
this.
Eagles post every week.
Oh,
Don't do that because it
God.
reminds me that I need to talk junk.
And you tagged us after the loss too. I was
No.
like, oh, it was before. I just saw it after.
Oh, she tagged us right before the game.
That was before the game.
No, it was before the game. It
No.
was before the game because, in my defense, I truly. There's nothing in my soul yesterday. Like I could have bet a paycheck because there's nothing in my soul yesterday that I thought this game was going. Like I'm literally watching the game and I'm looking at everybody like, what is? Am I somewhere else? Something's going on.
What's in your soul now?
Frank? I don't know.
Desiree, you want to know the worst part? The worst part about this is we legit all called this loss for you guys before the game. Like it was literally I want to say the beginning of the first quarter, and I think all of us were like, I just feel like the Eagles are gonna lose this game, and this like you guys were winning at that point, and I was like, I
Somebody
felt the
called me.
same way. They came all the way back and
Someone
lost that game.
called one of my frats called me from Miami. I went to school in Miami. And he called me and he was talking like crazy. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? You guys are what 2-11? Why are you calling me with this nonsense? I thought he was just kind of call, say hello. We're playing the Eagles, but he legit had all these reasons why Parker was gonna go off and this, that, and the third. Next thing you know, I'm watching the game and it's dwindling before my eyes. I just couldn't believe it.
It was a great game, wasn't it?
I'm speechless.
It was exciting to watch.
No, it's 37 points.
Not if you're
I'm
Eagles
not
fan.
even upset. And the thing is, it's not even like, okay, we lost. We gave them 37 points. Darby, Maddox. So Parker
horrible.
was just catching everything. Just throw it in the air, and I'll catch it. Like it was ridiculous. I was like, oh my god.
Hey,
But how do you
Desiree,
feel? How do you feel as a fan knowing that you get? I mean, this is a game you should have won, and Cowboys were coming off a loss on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So this was a game like you
against
guys
the
could have
Bills.
just taking an advantage right there, and
Real
you didn't
ground.
do it. So how do you feel as a fan? And do you think they want it right now, or are they better off not making the playoffs?
I really felt, to be honest, I felt we were going to go 5-0 the rest of the season. I predicted us to finish out this 5-0, right? I bought a ticket to go to the 22nd game coming up.
What?
Because I was like, we lost in Dallas ridiculously. We're about to win 5-0. I want to be home to watch this, rebuttal.
Wow.
I sold my ticket today, by the way. I sold my
What?
ticket. I'm not going.
Why?
She's smart.
not
She knows
going.
what
You're
she's
so-
No,
I'm not
she's
going.
not smart because you're
I'm not
5-7.
going.
The Cowboys are what, 6-6. You have the Giants, the Redskins, the Cowboys, and the Giants again. You
we
can still,
just
you can
lost
still.
31-37 to Dolphins.
I
What
know.
are you talking about?
Well, you can still win 4 in a row. It's
You're right, but we need the
NFL
morale.
football. But you just no wait. You
You're right.
you gave up on your team. What kind of fan is
No,
that?
no,
You
no,
sold
no,
your
no,
ticket?
No. There's a difference. The value of me flying into Philly. Wait a minute now. There's a difference.
Okay.
December games are stupid, right?
It's
They're
very
super
cold.
It's gonna.
Yeah, I
have,
wouldn't do that.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
I don't even like walking
mind
outside my
going 'cause
studio.
It's just it's.
Let him, hey Desiree, let him
Isn't
let him know he's not prepared for that. Just getting snowed on.
That, it's
that
a
and
hawk.
cheering is a
to
different.
sit in the stands.
You got a different
it's a
thing
whole
inside
different
you.
Winter. It's a whole different.
Do you-
Nobody. It's so cold. Nobody sits down. Like everyone stands together and kumbaya. It's ridiculous.
Kumbaya.
Did
So
a
my-
piece?
My my point of saying, because my thought was to be on this winning streak, go home, go to Philly with this Dallas game, get another W, get ready for playoffs. This is been tremendous. I would have been sick going to Miami to that game. I couldn't go, but I was going to go.
do
But
you
I would
feel
have
like-
been sick going to that game.
Do you feel like a piece of you died in Miami?
Oh my.
Is it part of your soul missing now?
Oh no.
Just a bit. It hurts. Like, I don't mind losing, but to lose stupidly and just
Hey,
it's almost
Do you
ignorant.
feel like Thanos might have took you
Ridiculous.
away in a snap?
Oh my God. Hey Desiree.
Is there
You're being ridiculous.
Desiree, I'll make you
can't.
feel worse. I'll make you feel worse.
losing to the Dolphins? Losing to the
Hold on, hold
Dolphins
on.
is ridiculous.
Hold on, listen to me. I'll make you feel worse.
I'll make you feel
Go for
worse.
it. Let's see.
The Redskins beat the Dolphins.
Whoa.
Everybody beat the
Well,
Dolphins.
Thanks, guys.
And that was our first win of the
Thanks, guys.
season.
Wow.
It's pretty bad.
We're not hungry. We're not hungry enough. Our defense isn't hungry enough.
You don't have to be
people
hungry to
are
beat
not
the
doing what they're
Dolphins.
supposed to do.
You just have to play football.
You just have to
Like,
exist.
you just have to show up. Like,
exist.
You know what?
you don't have to be hungry. Like,
That's
You literally
but I
show
thi- I
up and you
think-
get a win. They
I think the
forgot
biggest,
about that, though.
I think the biggest shocker was they had the lead, so
yeah.
it's not like they were struggling
We
to come
had
out.
the
You had the
lead.
lead. You,
Fourth quarter, right? They were up 14 in the fourth.
I think they got a little 14. Yeah, by 14. And I thought Jeffrey coming back. I really was hoping we played a Jai, which I had him in my fantasy thinking he was gonna run the ball, but he didn't. But Jeffrey came back and did pretty well. But I think they kind of got lackadaisical, like, oh, it's just Miami. Oh, it's just Miami. And I really felt that way
you
because they didn't
can't,
come
you
out there and
can't
play.
think
I
like
mean,
that when you need that win for the
Yeah.
division.
You
though.
gotta
That's
finish
what I
it.
didn't understand.
You're
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
so you
telling
guys
me
were
that,
actually
but I'm
20.
on
You guys
the
were up
field.
28-14 at
Yeah,
one point.
that's what I was saying.
And then Miami
14, right,
scored.
right.
They went on a 23-3 run there to end the game. So pretty hot. Yeah,
you know what Miami
rough.
wasn't thinking? Oh, it's just the Eagles.
it's just the Eagles. Oh my god.
Thanks. I got a good one at work. My desk was covered.
No.
It was it's been a long. Today's my first day of my promotion. So I went into my meeting, right? And the guys who I was playing in fantasy, they gave me the business in front of my meeting. I was just like
That's
so
funny.
embarrassed. So like, yeah.
Wow.
It's
So-
rough, ain't it?
So when we talk about basketball, I'll call back.
We'll
All
talk
right.
about it when Ben Simmons hit another three.
Wow.
So we'll talk to you
Next
next year,
season.
all right? Have a good one.
We'll
talk to you in April.
We'll be on basketball in a little bit.
Make sure you give us a call back in
Bye.
365.
All right.
All right, bye.
Oh man, that was rough. Another rough one.
Oh man.
There was a winless team yesterday going in. You know, we thought maybe there's another
All right, guys. I'll see
team
you
that,
next week.
that won't win a game. And Jose, I mean, your Jets have kind of been on a roll.
They had been.
They were on a 3-game winning streak. Yeah.
I definitely picked them in my.
I definitely did
parlay.
not, but I took the over, and that didn't come close.
Wow, man. How'd you guys lose to the Bengals?
It's the Jets. What are you talking about?
Wait, you watch the whole game?
Just like he said, all the Eagles had to do was show up to win. That's all the Jets had to do, but it's the Jets, and they couldn't figure that out either.
Wow. But how did Andy Dalton look yesterday? Honestly.
I'll be honest with you. I like the way Andy Dalton looked.
He looked all right.
For people that say that he should not be in Cincinnati after this year, I think you're crazy. He needs a coach.
He needs some help,
too. He needs help. You know what I mean? Obviously, A.J. Green's been out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's huge for him. You need that combo there. I like Andy Dalton. I like what he did yesterday. He looked good.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, their season is done. We all know that regardless.
Yeah.
But the guy's not done. There's too many people that are out there saying that trade him. Let's draft somebody. We're going to get a top pick. We might get the number 1 overall pick. Who are you really going to take right now that's going to go in there and do better than Andy Dalton can do right now? Let's be real.
Well, you know what? To hear you say that, though, if they traded Andy Dalton, they could get a 2nd or 3rd round pick for Andy Dalton.
Correct.
From someone.
So then at that point, you're basically saying you're rebuilding all the way around.
Yeah.
So you're going to get rid of A.J. Green too then?
Well, A.J. Green already talking about leaving, and I think he only had 1 year left. So essentially, yeah, you would.
If they're both gone, then yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You make that trade. You make that type of move to try to get those picks. I agree.
That's not bad. I mean,
see, I didn't know that about Green. I didn't know Green wanted to get out.
Oh yeah, well,
see, if he wants to get out, then I get that.
He kept saying, "Pay me or trade me." Like, and that was the whole thing with when he was coming back off of I think the PUP or injured reserve, or something. Yeah. Was like he was saying to basically pay me or trade me by this day, and they didn't. And so he came back, and then I don't even know what happened. He just
he
faded
came
back into the mist. Yeah, he faded. He just
they lost 11 games.
Faded back out.
He was that Homer Simpson meme that just comes into the book.
He's back out. I don't know what happened.
But Dalton looked good though. So even if someone did want to trade for him, I think they'd still be getting a lot left in that tank.
That's good.
It wouldn't be like a Joe Flacco leaving Baltimore, going to Denver, and just completely collapsing. You know what I mean?
Being Joe Flacco.
Yeah, being Joe Flacco.
That's a different story over there. Okay, we got a caller live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Chris from Jerry's Nugget.
Chris from Jerry's Nugget. How's it going over there, Chris?
Good. Just leaving work. Gonna hop in my room and go home, and just try to pop in. Have you guys talked about the dumbest person in America, Josh Shaw? How dumb he is to get caught gambling.
Oh yeah, did you hear about that?
Oh yeah,
we haven't talked about that.
What do you think about that, man? I know you work at a sports book and all that, so what's your take on that?
Like we sign people up for the mobile app, and they put their occupation down. And I'm sure when he signed up for the Caesars app, because he's betting at Caesars, I'm sure he put down his name, his occupation, and said Josh Shaw, professional football player. So when he did that, they flagged his application, they flagged his number, his betting number, so they were probably watching what the guy was betting on.
So let me ask you a question. Why wouldn't he do what all these other guys do, like Phil Ivey, these poker players and all that?
Get your homie to do it for you.
Get you a runner and pay him.
Makes no sense.
Right? Like,
everybody does
that.
Well, wait. Did you guys hear that he actually also the Cardinals were on his parlay tickets?
He was betting against the Cardinals. He was betting against the Cardinals.
Oh, you even heard
that? He was betting against his own team. So think about it.
Holy
I'm going to get this pick. I might have that.
Wow. That's when I think,
crazy.
if he was betting on himself, I'd be like, this is unfair. He should be able to bet on himself. But if you bet against yourself, now it's
totally different ball
game.
Yeah,
get him out of here. You can't bet against
him. On the team then. I mean, he's been on IR since August. I mean, he's as much of the Cardinals as Kurt Warner is. He's not much of the team. He's not part of the team.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean, you got to be done that. I mean, how dumb are you? Using your own name.
Yeah, he's.
Just send one of your buddies in, make the best for you, and then just have them down. Because we don't ask for names or anything like that. We don't care. Just under the certain limit that we need for government reporting, we're fine.
So you work at
a football player.
So you work at the sports book?
Yeah.
You work at the sports book?
Huh?
So you work at the sports book?
I do.
So what was the biggest game you guys got hit on underdog yesterday?
Well, we're Jerry's Nuggets, so we're part of William Hill. So, I mean, we really don't care if we win or lose because our betting handle is so much. So, I mean, nothing really affects us because we're everywhere.
That's interesting. Huh. Never looked at it.
So you guys aren't the hub. You guys are just a part of the book, basically. The hub gets the bigger hit.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah,
That's good.
But
I didn't look at it
I really can't tell you.
I got you.
But I mean, our guys, our guys, they do a bunch of parlays. They're betters, and no one really hit because they all bet the Eagles. They all bet the Jets. They do not have the Dolphins, and they do not have the Bengals. So I mean, we made some good money.
Nice.
Cool, man.
Well, all right, wait.
Well,
While I have you, what do you think a bad parlay number is? Like my friend was telling me that most guys that are taking the money, they basically look at certain things like donations. What do you think the perfect parlay number is, or when it gets to the point where you're like you're gonna lose?
Well, I mean, it's hard enough to hit 1 or 2 games. When people start doing 6, 7, 8 teamers, you're giving us 6, 7, 8 opportunities to win your money.
Yeah.
So I mean, first we're going to take whatever we can. But you want to add more teams? Absolutely, go for it. Yeah, I say, if you want to win a parlay, stick to 3 and 4 teams. And, put a couple, on the money line because it's hard to cover the spread. But don't go any higher than 4 teams.
Yeah.
If you go any higher than 4, you're just asking to lose. You're asking to end up on Scott Van Pelt's back.
I appreciate
because you
that.
will get that, and we will win. There's a reason why, over the long run, the book wins more than the public does. So stick to 3 or 4 teams, man. They'll do a couple on the money line, a couple on the point spread. They'll try to get rich because you're not going to. And just have fun with it, Just have fun. Be smart.
There you go, man. We appreciate the call, Chris. Make sure you get in your Uber and make it all the way home. Stay away from Palomino and Chicas Bonitas and Lacey's.
Not Chicas Bonitas.
You brought that
Stay away, bro.
Chicas Bonitas.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Just trying to cross the street. Get in your Uber and go home.
Don't make a mistake.
My dogs. I am. I'm on my watch.
All right, bro. Thanks for the call, man.
That would be a great segment.
Good night.
What's that?
And this is brought to you by Chicas Bonitas.
No, it would not. No, it would not.
I thought it was gonna be par on the parlay.
That would make a good one.
That's what I thought you were gonna.
No, thank
That's
you.
what I thought you were bringing me.
Okay.
You were bringing me nonsense.
That's crazy, boy. You got to be real dumb.
What?
Put your real name.
Oh.
When you a pro, when you know what's gonna happen to you.
No, you
Just for betting, it's so easy.
It's the CTE, bro. You got too many hits.
Well, you know what?
I believe it. I believe it 100%.
Well, okay, because sports betting is okay, but Roger Goodell actually made a statement after, they basically said this was happening to Josh Shaw, and he was saying that any NFL employee, so that's anybody. That's like if me and Quan was running IT and I was in marketing, I didn't realize that any employee, because I don't think the NBA's like that. Like I feel like
even
players,
so, you ain't got
staff.
a cousin that don't work or play in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
You got family members.
You know
if you
somebody.
in the NFL.
100%.
You got a friend, somebody you cool with, who you're like, look, go place these bets. I'm gonna give you 10% or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ways around it.
I did not know, and Jose saying that, I did not know that he bet against himself. They said because they things are trickling out, and so when I heard that, he bet on the Cardinals, I was like, oh, that's not good. But they weren't saying he bet against himself, so that's a totally different thing.
All right, if you try to call in why we have a caller on the line, we're not going to be able to get you. So call back why we don't have a caller.
We don't have that kind of
phone number.
Is that kind of switchboard.
Yeah,
number 702-608-3259, and make sure you follow us on social media at Gorilla Cross on all social media, and download that Gorilla Cross app for free. We have all of our live sports shows on there, 24-hour music station, and a lot of other stuff on that app, so make sure you check that out. Other 10-2 teams, the Patriots got beat down by the Texans, almost made a comeback, but other than that, Texas handled them pretty well. Deshaun is dope. That's all I got to say. There's some really good quarterbacks in this league, and I like seeing that with some of these young guys. We thought we wanted Jameis to be one of those guys. That's good. He's not. Mariota, he's not that good.
Yeah, I wasn't.
But we have these other players that are kind of unexpected coming in. Didn't get drafted too high. A lot of teams passed on him. Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, which I want to talk about the Chiefs real quick. People are sleeping on them. They're healthy now. Their defense is playing better. Come playoff time, nobody's going to want to see them in the playoffs.
And I think they're playing better defensively this year than they did last year.
Yeah, they definitely are. So, the Patriots though, and we say this every year. We've been saying this every year for the past few years. They just don't look the same. But I don't know if we've been saying that this late in the season.
Well,
have we?
It's funny to hear you say that. Rex Ryan was on Get Up earlier today, and he was saying last year that was the worst Patriots team he'd ever seen, and they won the Super Bowl. And so he's like, this is the worst Patriots team I've ever seen. Part 2, he was like, when it comes down to it though, you still like, it's gonna be tough, but. All that being said, last year they still had Gronk. They still had problems. They still had people that could just go blur the screen and make it hard on you. This year it's a little bit tougher, and then you have N'Keal Harry. You have young receivers. You have receivers that are unheralded, and Tom Brady isn't. He's not Tom Brady to the point where he can lift a Deion Branch and make him into a Pro Bowler anymore. He's not that guy.
When we're all this talk. And they're still 10-2.
Because it's their defense.
Until yesterday, they only had one loss.
But you look at all the other 10-2 teams, and they've looked better.
Of course, they've always looked better, but
they haven't always looked better. 49ers just started looking better this year. Ravens haven't always looked better than the Patriots.
No, what I'm saying is every year there's teams that look better than the Patriots. That's why we had the same conversation last year at this time. Yeah, the Belichick-Brady model isn't to look great; it's to get to the playoffs and then win.
The Chiefs looked
look
better
at the Super Bowl they won last year. It looked terrible, but they still won.
The problem is they have a lot more holes this year than they've had ever.
Course.
And some of them.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay,
we don't have the soundboards up yet, Steve. It echoes in here, kind of hard.
Bad back Gronk is better than half of these receivers they got.
Okay, but that's the problem. They don't have Gronk to throw to anymore.
Yeah,
they got rid of Josh Gordon. I have no idea why. They have no wide receiver.
Yeah,
you have Edelman. You can keep throwing to him all day, but now defenses are learning. Let's just kind of stack on him because they have nobody else.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't understand why they gave up on Josh Gordon. And honestly, they should have just kept Antonio Brown there too. Well, would have been a lot better off.
You couldn't let go of both. That was the thing. Like
I didn't understand
don't let go of both.
I've learned my lesson on talking against Brady. He finna win another Super Bowl.
All right.
And if he lose, well, I've been wrong before. So what?
I think we've all been wrong before.
I don't think he will win another Super Bowl.
No, I
think he has one more year after this year and he's done.
I think the Ravens will take it this year.
He looks way different. He looks way different than he's ever looked.
He looks very frustrated when he's playing.
He's frustrated with his wide receivers.
Yeah, he was cussing them out yesterday, but
a lot of that is his fault too. He's not making those, like Josh said, he's not making those guys Hall of Famers anymore.
Wait a minute. So you think that he will not win another ring?
He won't win another ring.
You're stamping
I think he's
that.
done.
I'm stamping that right now.
I agree. I agree.
Ooh, Jesus.
The guy's 100 years old, and he's throwing 47 times in a game. New England needs to get back to running the ball. That's the problem. I understand he's Tom Brady, but like Quan just said, he's got no receivers, and the receivers he's got, he can't make them great anymore. So they got to get back to running the ball.
Well, if they look with that defense.
And real quick,
go ahead.
Finish your point, but we do got to call it.
Okay. With that defense, to be able to ride the defense, you do want to play more time controlled, but their running game hasn't been consistent enough to just do that over and over again.
Yeah. Caller live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Vaughn. I'm from L.A., and I'm just calling about the Rams.
The Rams.
And I want you guys were talking about Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's the GOAT, but I was at the Monday Night Football game where Lamar Jackson beat us. He ain't getting by Lamar Jackson, I can promise you that. There's no way. Lamar Jackson's throwing the ball on a rope right now with touch, finesse, and then he runs the ball like Eric Dickerson. So,
he's a power runner.
I was cheering for Lamar. I was like MVP. I'm a Rams fan. I was cheering for the guy.
Were you wearing your Rams jersey at the game while you were rooting for Lamar?
No, actually, I was wearing my Rams jersey, but I was so it was like watching Michael Jordan or like Kobe, or it was. I was like, this is one of the top 5 NFL players I've ever seen in my life.
No,
and Tom Brady's one of those guys too that I've seen live. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Lamar Jackson is he made our team look so slow and irrelevant. It was crazy.
Now I have one question for you. I've got one question for you. So,
yes, sir.
If So right now the Patriots and the Ravens, they probably still get the byes. If they ended up both winning their games and getting to another conference championship, now New England definitely needed it to. They would want it to go through Foxborough, but I don't know if that's going to happen now. If those two teams do match up again, you don't feel as if Bill Belichick's going to have a plan in place for Lamar Jackson?
It's a blowout. It's going to be a blowout.
You feel like it's a blowout.
Zero chance.
Why are you so confident?
Wow. Zero chance.
See, this is what I'm
Zero
saying,
chance.
man.
Because,
Like,
look what he's doing. I mean, it's not rockets. I mean, look what he's doing. I mean, Tom Brady is great, right? Look, we can all call a spade, but he's old now. He looks crusty. He's not,
I feel you.
He's not Chris.
I could say I could say they might
He's not
win.
throwing the ball 50 yards on a dime anymore. He's
Yo,
not,
I think they might win.
That's fair.
I think Ravens can. I think Ravens can win, but that's Bill Belichick. He'll bring a totally different game plan than they played the first time. He will not see.
You're underlooking.
He will not see the same game.
Harbaugh.
It won't be a. There's zero chance for it to be a blowout. Patriots will not get blown out losing in the playoffs. Guarantee it won't be.
Oof. All right. Now
I
want you to call back. I want you to call back. In about
Harbaugh's coaching his ass off too.
Don't ever compare those two ever again.
Well, I hear you.
I like Harbaugh. Don't ever compare them.
Against the Rams, there was no holds. There was no holdings. There was no penalties.
Yeah.
I mean, I was begging for anything. Give me 5 yards.
Fair enough. Well, here, look.
You're calling in.
No, and we appreciate the call. I'll say this though. So in about 8 weeks, I want you to call back, and if this goes the way I think it might, you just go ahead and just drop and give me 20 push-ups with you on the
phone. Nobody's beating Lamar Jackson.
All right.
He gets injured.
Okay.
God bless.
All right, man. Thanks for calling, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, and
man.
I love Lamar Jackson. He same thing he said. Like, it's hard to watch. Like, I hate everybody we play against, that day at least. It's hard to hate Lamar Jackson because I'm watching some of these plays. I'm like,
oh, that's a good play.
Bro, he's good. and
good
he's the MVP of the league. I don't think it could possibly change him and Russell Wilson.
I think it's between them two, neck and neck.
I think that's it. I don't even think anyone's really close.
That's a tough call.
But I would give it to Lamar Jackson right now.
He's
done some things that no quarterback's done, though. I mean, he's rushing for yards.
He's about to break Michael Vick's rushing record for a quarterback. Like, he's literally, like, I think 50 yards away from there.
How far? Because he'd have to get 1,000, right?
A little over 1,000. It's like 1,096 or something. No, Michael Vick was right around.
Vick cracked 1,000.
Vick was like 1,096 or something.
Vick didn't throw nothing.
Nobody to throw to.
He didn't throw.
Yeah, Peerless Price.
Vick took Hey.
Brian Finneran.
Vick took 3 steps back, was like, oh, you ain't open? I'm running.
Yeah. He didn't have a
Should have got open.
He didn't have a what is it?
That is
drop
too
back.
funny. Oh my goodness.
Man. Peerless Price. Man, I forgot about that.
I haven't heard that name in years. That's been a long time.
Jeez.
Peerless Price went to Tennessee, right? Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was Tennessee.
All right, and some of the comments, stop calling that man old. He's seasoned and experienced.
He's seasoned.
We don't lose twice. Who is this guy? But you also don't win 2 in a row. Super Bowl. So,
yeah, that man.
They have.
Have they?
Yeah.
The Patriots?
They went back to back.
When?
I don't remember the years.
That man seasoned.
They won back to back.
Oh,
When they won 3 out of 4.
They beat the Eagles and the Panthers back to back.
That was the back to back.
Yeah.
They won 3 out of 4.
Because the first one was the Rams. Yeah, they beat the Rams. Then they won two in a row. Eagles and Panthers. Yeah.
But not recently, and they're not going to the Super Bowl.
So are we still talking about football?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Lamar Jackson has 907. Yeah, he's about
been
to
killing
crack
it.
that
I mean, he has 4 games.
Jesus.
He has 4 games. He had 100 yards yesterday. He's killing it. I
didn't
mean,
realize
he's
he had
doing
that
some
many.
crazy stuff.
Wow.
And he could throw.
3,000.
They're a dangerous team, and they have a good running back.
Yeah, Mark Ingram's
So,
playing
I
well.
mean, listen, they have a really good team. I don't see any holes in their team. And that's defense and offense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, props to the Ravens. They're playing great right now, and they are the best team in the league. I could say that.
That's 100% fact. Like, it's just.
But if they play the 49ers in the Super Bowl again, 49ers will win that.
this is the caveat of it is they're the best team, but the 49ers are right there. They're not, I don't think the Ravens are light years ahead of everybody. I don't think they're a lock for anything right now.
And not only that,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But they're definitely the best team, but number 2 ain't far away.
Yeah.
And number 3 ain't far behind number 2.
And
you know what
not
I
only
mean?
that,
So yeah, it's close.
when you lose to a team that's the best team in the league, you have that second opportunity to come back and beat them. So if you get them in the Super Bowl, you have that chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
And
happens all the
I
time.
almost
Giants,
would
Patriots,
rather
you know what I mean?
lose the game in the regular
Exactly.
season if you're going to
Because
face
you
them
know
again.
what to do in the second time
Yeah.
around. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. So yeah, I think it's a lot more
Well, it makes
scarier for the Ravens.
Yeah.
If it happens to get to, I mean, we got a long way to go. I
case
get
in
that.
point,
But if we get
Patriots.
to the Super Bowl, I think it's a lot more nerve-wracking for the Ravens because there's not that much pressure on the Niners at that point. We've
That's
already
right.
lost.
We've
if we
already
lose
lost.
again, oh well, it's the Super Bowl. We get it, but we don't have that much pressure at that point. So.
They have to do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like
they have to beat them again. Exactly.
Like I said earlier with the Giants and the Patriots, the Giants gained confidence by being the team that actually pushed that Patriot team
to the brink. Yeah.
in New York, and then getting a chance to see them again. They were like, "Well, this is the formula. We just got to keep getting everybody to his legs and make him move, keep the game interesting." They kept the game interesting and was able to sneak out of there with a win. The second time that was nonsense.
Okay, let's move on to the NBA. 49ers will win the Super Bowl. Let's move on to the NBA.
Okay.
Can I give one prop real quick to one player that I always used to? I never was a big fan of him. Ryan Tannehill. You got to give him credit for what he's doing in Tennessee.
Big game yesterday.
Big overall, since he took over that job, he has no pressure. That was Marcus Mariota's job. For him to come in and be the backup, and now we're winning. He basically just got a starting job, whether it's there or somewhere else next year.
Because Mariota sucks, which I've been saying since the boy came out of school.
Where'd he go to school?
Oregon.
Good job, Steve.
Because he sucked it.
He takes 5 months off and comes back with knowledge.
Smoking.
Comes back with trivia answers.
Hey, and I'll say one thing too. I'm excited about the amount of calls that we've had today. We've had a lot of calls. And
Why y'all up
we
so
should
late?
do all of our shows at midnight.
Right? Seriously, y'all. We
Midnight-ish?
Moving on to the NBA. I want to talk about something. There's been some amazing basketball play this season so far, and particularly last week in the NBA. James Harden had a 60-point game in 3 quarters on Saturday, I believe, Friday or Saturday. 60 points in 3 quarters. If that was a close game, he could have got 70, 80. He could have came close to Kobe's 81-point game.
Well, remember Kobe's game where he had, I think it was 60 the third quarter, and he also got benched?
Yeah, he had,
Against it was
he had
Dallas.
62.
Was it Suns or Dallas?
Well,
Suns.
Mavs too.
Yeah, he didn't do it against the Suns. He had 62. The Mavericks had 60 after 3 quarters.
But what did
Ridiculous.
you do? What did you do during the Suns game? Because he did something. Excuse me. Same season versus the Suns where he had like 50 something.
It was probably 50, but yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, he still was killing.
And then he
people
had
that year.
81 2 weeks later from that.
On my birthday.
But yeah, I mean, Kobe didn't play the fourth quarter of that game, and they thought that was the game that, if he would have played more, but they were winning by 30. So same thing Harden did. 60 points, and he actually was efficient this game. It's not like he jacked the ball up 50 times to get 60. I think it was 24 shots.
Yeah, 18 of 24.
So, I mean, that's really good. They smoked the Atlanta Hawks.
How many free throws he shoot? 40?
Probably knowing James.
And we're talking about Western Conference. And Luka, I mean, he's been averaging almost a triple-double. He had a game against the Lakers and LeBron James where he's balling out.
A rebound away from
He
the
shot
triple-double.
He shot 23 free throws, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Of course.
Oh, my God.
So Luka's doing what he's doing. LeBron, he's been tearing it up this week too, but they did have a loss, so I understand you can't give player of the week to maybe someone that lost.
I knew you were coming full circle for me.
LeBron's the best player in the league, period.
Okay. But Carmelo Anthony gets player of the week in the Western Conference.
Wow.
Averaging,
go ahead.
22.3 points, 2.7 assists, and 7.7 rebounds a game.
And how many turnovers? Like 9 and no
No,
defense?
it doesn't
matter.
I'm just kidding.
But the Blazers went 3-0.
3-0.
They didn't lose that during the week. Which,
That's right.
The problem with that, they have been losing a lot.
True.
But that's the only thing I could see why they would give it to him. And the fact it's a feel-good story. Like, we didn't expect him to do this at all. ever, and here he is back in the league. Listen, I'm happy for him doing this. Like, I thought it was a travesty that somebody that has had no off-court drama, he hasn't. Okay,
it's just with his wife.
Talk about it.
He's had wife and strip club drama, but nothing.
That's not off-court drama. That's every single player in the NBA that has 7 kids.
But that's acceptable drama.
Everyone knows.
You can have like little wife drama. Like it ain't like he's beating her.
He has a celebrity wife.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
With a celebrity wife,
Let me rephrase
that kind of stuff.
Because you guys
No,
obviously took this the wrong way.
He didn't go upside her
He didn't
head.
beat Lala up. He hasn't been caught with drugs. He hasn't shot up a club. He hasn't got stabbed in the chest by his crazy girlfriend.
He's shot his leg like Plexico burrs.
You know, I mean, he hasn't been a problem. I mean, there's times he might have been maybe a distraction in the locker room, but that's anybody that's a superstar like that.
Yeah.
There's players that will like them. There's players that I can't play with this guy. The only thing he said wrong was I am a starter. I'm not coming off the bench. 3 years ago.
I don't know. No.
2 years ago.
No NBA All-Pro. Come off the bench. I don't know.
Which is fine.
No All-Star.
Have confidence in yourself. That's fine. That doesn't mean that you get
believe in yourself.
That doesn't mean you're not in the league for a year. You know. So to see him do this is really dope to me. I'm glad he's there. I thought Portland should have picked him up a long time ago, like last year when they kept talking about it. But he's there now, and he's playing really well. But I don't think these stats warrant.
Okay.
Here it comes.
That's because I was about to. Yeah.
Because I was going to be like, be that as it may.
We talked about it in the chat group. You knew my stance.
I didn't know. I felt like you was switching up on me.
No, I said no.
I feel like 100% he's definitely the player of the week, but that's just this week. If you took a whole season off and let them old knees rest, you need to come back doing what you used to do, putting up 20-something points a game.
You got fresh legs.
Yeah, let's see what he does in the next couple months, and then I'll be excited about the return of Carmelo. But he's always put up average 20-something points, 20, 22 points.
With shots, yeah.
Even on OKC when we all said he sucked, he was still putting up like 19, 20, somewhere around there, right?
15.
So you can put up these points.
7 less than you said.
Yeah, but it's only for 1 week. Like let's see where it averages out at the All-Star break.
See where it flattens out.
Yeah,
likes to show people, man.
You know what I mean? Like then where's your defense at, bro? Like let's see him block a couple shots. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
what?
Hey,
what?
okay.
You just bring the swing.
I just turned on I opened up ESPN website. Go ahead.
You know what? I was really critical of Carmelo. Also, I didn't want him on the Lakers or anything like that. But you know what? Like you said, it is a feel good story. It's good to see him back in the league because he is a player that shouldn't have been blackballed or whatever.
Yes.
If anybody said that, because he never did anything wrong. He was a distraction. We get it. Some people didn't like his persona, but the guy can still give you 20 points, like you're saying, 15, 19, whatever it may be. I'd take that any day. I don't want him in the Lakers, obviously, because I didn't think he was a good fit overall with what they already have. But
over Jared Dudley? That's a problem to me. That's a problem to me. You could have got Carmelo Anthony, and you signed Jared Dudley.
It's okay, Josh.
I said that when y'all signed it, and Jamal was like, "No, he's a good locker room guy."
Sure.
And I was like,
Wait, say what?
You said that during the summer.
I said what?
Oh my God! When you signed
Jared, what?
When you signed,
I've never liked Jared Dudley. I promise I didn't say that.
I know you don't like him.
I never
said
that.
But I, of course, jumped at it because I thought it was hilarious. And you like, no, I don't like it, but he's a good locker room guy. We need that. And I was like,
I didn't say that. First of all, I never say anybody's a good locker room guy. I think that's stupid because none of us have been in the locker room.
I have.
And okay, that's fine. But
many times, you have good locker room guys. And you have guys that dudes don't mess with.
Back to my point. I would have taken Carmelo over Jared Dudley. So for Laker fans saying that, that would have been a bad move, but then we signed Jared Dudley instead.
Yeah, that was
for what we could have got the same money. I thought Jared Dudley should have been out of the league 3 or 4 years ago. He doesn't do much.
But here's the thing: look what the Lakers already have. How would they have used him if they would have brought him in? Granted, we don't know what the Lakers would have been, obviously, because the season hadn't started yet. But look what they have already now and what they have become.
I feel like, honestly,
bringing in Carmelo just would have probably been too much.
It would have been a great scorer off the bench.
Well, no, but look, this is what I think. Honestly, the Lakers, you guys have a rotational problem. Personally, from what I watch, I'm only saying this isn't any hate or anything. This is. Well, no.
He's like saying no.
Well,
He
just
looked at you
because
first, too.
I felt the heat, and I was just I jumped in front of the train before it got moving. That's all that happened. So,
don't jump in front of Jim Boeheim's car on the freeway.
You'll die. And so.
Okay.
But what I'm saying as far as the Lakers are concerned, when I watch you guys play, you guys go through lulls where you try to put so many people on the floor at the same time, which is cool because it's saving a lot of legs. But when it comes down to the playoffs, I want to know who your 7 are. And I don't think you guys really know who that is.
The one thing that does scare me, though, that I realized this year, too, there's a lot of games that they've been down double digits. They come back and win the game, but they need to stop doing that. You can't keep getting down early, especially against bad teams. You can't keep getting down early and then keep coming back. Like, how much are you going to be able to do that throughout
they need to play the bad teams. They need to play the bad teams the same way they played Washington on Friday or Saturday.
That was
no, it was Friday. And they just dominated the whole game. LeBron and AD actually got to sit most of the fourth quarter. And that's what they need, especially early in the season against bad teams.
That's what Michael and Scotty did with the Bulls. That's how they. That was how they rested.
This is AD. This is AD and LeBron's first month together. You know what I'm saying? So
you ruin teams in the first 3 quarters. You don't have to wait until the fourth to let's turn it on, because now that's how many more up and backs, how many more miles you've put on your body.
Yeah, but you're
having to be on the floor.
My only thing, you're comparing it to Scotty and Michael, who played years together before they started doing that.
Oh yeah.
This is AD and LeBron's first month together, so they'll get it.
And you got to admit, they look good. The fact that you don't necessarily have to have both of them on the court, and on any given night, you don't know who's going to have the better game. They could both have a great game.
Yeah.
One of them could just have a decent game, and the other one goes off. That's the good thing about having AD and having LeBron, that you don't know who's going to show up. And what I mean that is the other team doesn't know who's going to show up.
Yeah.
You
so you can't game plan
exactly.
for it.
The Lakers
really.
know what they're going to do. They game plan what they're going to get ready.
Yeah.
But you have 2 guys like that, it's scary.
It's
scary.
easy to say, oh, we can stop LeBron, but then if you have AD and LeBron, now it's,
we got this problem.
We can only stop one of these guys. You know what I'm? So that's the tough part. The Lakers do look good. I do think you kind of mentioned it, like what Scotty and Michael would do. They beat the bad teams in 3 quarters. The game was essentially over with at the end of the 3rd quarter.
That's how
and
they
then
rested.
they sit and rest.
That's how they rest.
And that drives me nuts about the NBA now, where this whole like, oh, we got to rest, and we, it's like you got a full-time job, you only working part-time though.
Yeah.
I think it's bad for the fans. I think it's bad for the game. I just personally hate it. I want you should be out there playing. Like at the end of the day, even I like to see certain stats on certain players, right? Yeah. So Kawhi could essentially later in his career be like a points leader or be like in the top 10 of points scored, just using that as an example, right?
Yeah.
But we'll never know because he's only playing half a season, it seems.
Yeah.
Or 3/4 of a season. You know,
it's a lot of lost stats.
A lot of lost stats. A lot of lost. You don't know his full potential. He was fresh in the playoffs, but because he didn't play half the season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's in a sense, it's kind of a unfair advantage in a sense.
The money
has
gotten too big, man. The money has gotten too big. I can shut it down because I don't have to be out here. My money from the team, and then my money from my shoe deal. I don't need to do anything.
And
you know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like that, and I'm coming full circle with it, where Carmelo Anthony had a whole year of rest.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting him to have a really good season. You know what I mean?
He's
I'm expecting him to get.
But it's not his fault. He had the rest.
No. It's not. But he did. Like if they start resting Carmelo in a month, I would never have anything good to say.
But
about
you could
the
say
guy.
Joe Johnson had 3 years of rest, and he didn't make the team when he got signed. You know,
Yeah,
so
but
Joe's also 40.
You can't really use that for.
Joe's also 40.
Carmelo's 36.
LeBron's 34, 35.
LeBron 34, about
So
to turn
Carmelo's
35.
probably about 35.
No, Melo's older than me.
Maybe
He's
36.
35.
A year or so.
Yeah, he'll be
When's he turn 36?
May.
Okay.
So does Carmelo make the All-Star team?
That is actually,
if he keeps playing the way he's playing.
That's actually an interesting. That's actually an interesting one. I think he could definitely be a bench player if he plays at this level
reserve
throughout. He's not. I don't think he'll be a starter.
Oh,
but
definitely not a starter.
But you know what? The fans have done some dumber, stupider things before.
But it's not 100% fan voting anymore.
And if he makes the All-Star game and plays the way he's playing, comeback player of the year. It's too soon. I'm just saying. He keeps it up, makes an All-Star game, and keeps playing this way.
What's Victor Oladipo doing? I haven't watched him. Nothing.
He hasn't played yet.
He hasn't played yet.
No.
Dang. Well,
and I like Victor Oladipo. I like Vic, but
I'm trying to think who else would be.
I'm just trying to give a positive story out there.
Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward.
I mean, it's already a positive story, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward broke his hand or fractured his hand.
Yeah, he's out another month, 2 months.
Where have you been,
bro? I watch my sad Washington Wizards, and I just
every week another player dies. It seems. Broken leg, broken hand.
Oh my God!
Everybody in Golden State's dead.
He needs.
They got a G League team up there.
He needs milk and magnesia. This is getting out of hand. He needs some milk.
Bro, these people need bandages.
Breaking.
I don't even think the Warriors got a G League. I think they got guys from the freaking Big Three and put them together and said, "Let's go."
The Warriors.
They call the N1 mixtape guys.
Powerade League.
Powerade League.
P League.
I would see yours was better. I was gonna say Eurobasket, but that was pretty good. Powerade. You beat me to it. I was trying to come with something. That's funny. Oh my goodness. What else you got tonight, Quan? How do you feel about the new studio?
I love it.
What does this mean for the brand?
It grows. Thanks for the interview.
Quan,
next.
These are your moments to really push it.
So I got a question for you guys. Thinking NBA, because it was on the radio this morning. I was listening to it. They're talking about it heavily, doing the reseeding when it comes to the NBA.
Yeah.
Best 16 teams, period. I like it, and I agree because, like they said, let's say, for example, you have the Lakers and the Clippers being 1 and 2 in the West, and record-wise, they're the best team in the league.
Yeah, best.
You want to see them in the finals. You don't want to see them play in the Western Conference Finals.
And beyond that, I think what I don't like even more than that, like I don't mind seeing that in the Western Conference Finals and then East versus West in the finals. What I don't like is when there's 4 teams in the West that played better than 4 teams in the East that made the playoffs, and they're getting penalized, even though they might have 5 games over the 5th seed in the East. I just don't like that. I don't mind even if they reseed and then maybe the East and West plays in the finals. But at the same time, if they're going to reseed it, just put the top 16 and have tournament style.
But see,
like
that's
that, it would be better.
And people were complaining about that because they're saying, well, like what you just said, what if the West has 4 more better teams in the East, and the East is going to be like, oh, well, how is it fair? It's not, but you guys are garbage.
Play better.
Exactly. Play better. It's garbage at that point because you guys aren't making it. You're not going to keep coming in with losing records when there's teams on the West that's better. I'm sorry. If the West is better, then move to the West. Get traded. That's all I'm saying.
Let's go to old school Josh, who hates change in the NBA.
I like the 16-team thing.
I do too.
Let me just, as the only person from the East Coast, well, Steve's Midwest, so he's a little bit more leaning my direction.
I'm neutral.
Fair enough. He's in the middle of the country.
I'm on the border.
He's in the middle of the country. He doesn't know what he is.
I came across the border. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. That was unfair. That was unfair. Oh, my God.
I respect it.
Not once this wall's built.
Hey, don't underestimate me,
They'll
baby.
always get through. Go watch.
How deep is that wall?
go watch the new Terminator. They're coming through in trains. I was like, yo, that's a lot of people. It was like literally 10,000 people on this train, and it was just like, yeah, we just gonna get off and get in.
I think El Chapo was showing everyone how to dig a tunnel through a prison and make it out.
With a spoon, by the way.
Oh, he had more than a spoon.
Oh yeah.
he had dump trucks.
Yeah, everything.
Else.
He had long money.
Like,
when he got in that tunnel, he hopped on a motorcycle, bro.
It was already there.
On a little railway. Like,
but
he had the little cart.
Go ahead.
Back on point. Be that as it
Josh.
may. Yeah, I mean, just think of the year that the Pistons beat your Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
The Pistons had no business. Like they weren't anything super heralded. Like, I mean, there's still something to be said about when you get to the finals. It's anybody's.
You get to the playoffs in general.
So that team can still get there then.
It can get there, but I mean, like, when we start saying reseeding, so now if I'm the Lakers, I might play the Miami Heat. So now the Miami Heat have to travel back, forth, and
in their charter jets.
No, that isn't the point.
No.
It's still okay. I'll put
You
it to you.
have to travel anyway.
No, but I'll put it to you like this.
I'm sure they would spread out the games a little more.
They would. I mean,
they've already done that for all these diva players.
No, but it's not really even so much about being a diva. I can tell you just from traveling, if you travel literally 4 to 5 days a week, and I can't imagine people that, they travel for work. Like, this is what I'm just a door-to-door, whoever.
I don't like driving 20 minutes downtown.
Well, imagine flying over and over again through time zones and, like, constantly, because you have to understand what these guys put their bodies through, and then the up-down of sleep schedules and different things, and then needing
jet
to perform.
lag and all that.
I mean, jet lag, I don't have too much jet lag in terms of in country, but the movement through airports and all that stuff.
The change of altitude in general affects your body.
Yeah.
But it's a series, so you're not changing every game.
But no, but cross country is what I'm saying. I'm not saying okay, right now the Miami Heat wouldn't go any further than, say, Chicago or Chicago. That's
but
the
Clippers could go all the way to Minnesota.
Yeah.
You see? I mean, that's already in the West.
Yeah.
So that's still.
But in that
you're
situation,
going to New Orleans.
But in that situation, they're changing 2 time zones. The Miami Heat would be changing 1.
I mean, the difference is you're talking about short flights, which you could say are 2 hours or less.
Yeah.
And then you're now
those 5.
the long flights. Currently, a long flight is 3 to 4 hours. That's like a West Coast to Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
That's 4 hours, right? But now you're looking at, let's say,
5.
I don't know how, but let's say LA played the Knicks or Miami. You're talking about 6 or 7 hours.
Man,
no.
Listen, I don't feel bad for millionaires
5, 6,
on a
maybe.
private jet having to travel an extra 2 hours. I'm sorry.
But
you're not going to give me on that because they're going to give them an extra game or extra day in between that. So.
If you looked at sports, hockey and NBA, these guys travel lavishly, comfortably. They got nothing to worry about.
No. I'm not talking about the level of travel or how comfortable you are. I'm just saying the toll it takes on your body.
Yeah, I'm just stating facts. I'm not even.
Yeah.
But you're doing that all season anyway, so I'm not. Yeah. I'm just not sure if reseeding the playoffs is you're gonna have a few more weeks of doing that. I just don't think that is going to be a huge factor in this because if you make it to the finals, you still got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
But you only got to do it once.
Yeah, in this case, you might only have to do it twice. It's not like it's
maybe not.
Maybe you have to do it 3 or 4 times, but you might only have to do it twice. It's not like every team's going to play East versus West.
I think,
you know what I'm saying?
the leveling factor here is that everybody has to do it. It's not like if LA plays Miami.
Everybody
no. This is what I'm saying.
Would have to do it because there might be 4 teams in the East in the playoffs.
No. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying that if LA plays Miami, it's not like Miami is the only team traveling. LA has to travel to Miami, and Miami has to travel to LA. Both teams are traveling, so it's a fair game.
It's equal
still when they show up. That's the point I'm making.
But like that next round.
But the next round could be different.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think that at the end of the day, we want to see the better seeds or the better teams play each other. Yeah. And it's not like we're changing this mid-season. If the season starts out and look, the top 16 teams in the league are going to the playoffs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then that's it, period. So.
And for all the lip readers out there, Jose said, I have to go pee. So he's using the ladies' room right now.
Well, the all gender room.
The all gender room. We have 2 bathrooms in the new studio. They're all gender rooms. Yeah, man, nice space, though.
Yeah,
very nice.
Just wash your hands. We don't care what gender.
So we are, like I said at the beginning of the show, we're about 70% done. We have to do, obviously, the cleanup, get some couches in here, build a couple walls, and get these sound panels up.
Yeah,
get somebody to cover these windows.
Do you hear the?
It's echoey a little bit.
Yeah. Like I can hear whenever you get elevated, it'll like bounce. Like I can hear you here, but then I can also hear you like behind. Like it's weird, like it'll like bounce, and I'm like, oh wow, that sound.
So once we get all the sound panels up and all that, it'll be a lot better in here. But man, we're excited. We moved into a way bigger space, from 200 square feet to 800 square feet.
There's more.
We have a conference room now. We have 2 clean bathrooms,
beautiful bathrooms
with lights that work. Shout out Emergency Arts, man. We spent 4 years and 4 months there.
A lot of growth
right on Fremont. So. Listen, we grew a lot being in there, and, we outgrew the place, and it was time to move on. And they made us move on because they were renovating.
They were closing the space.
They were renovating that whole floor, but it was, everything happens for a reason, perfect timing. We knew we needed a bigger spot anyways, doing a lot more video work and covering bigger sporting events and stuff like that, which we will be covering. Also, the UFC
Next week?
Next weekend. Well, next week, all week.
Yeah.
Starting Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the big fight. So we're looking forward to that, man. We're going to have a lot of interviews for you guys next weekend. So make sure you follow us on social media at Gorilla Cross because we're going to be doing a lot on social media and stuff like that. So make sure you check that out. UFC is next week out here in Vegas, and it's 2 months in a row going to be in Vegas.
Yeah, January too.
January, which we got to
Conor McGregor.
do our credentials for that.
I didn't think about that.
So wait, not this Saturday. You're talking about next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Okay, because this Saturday is Ruiz and Joshua Part 2.
Yeah.
Not in Vegas.
Not in Vegas.
It is this Saturday. Yeah.
Wow. It's a lot going on.
But yeah, so you got McGregor coming back against Cowboy, which
Cerrone.
I like that. A lot of people.
I think it's a great fight.
I
Great fight
think
to
it's
get
a
him
good
back.
fight.
Great fight to
And
get him
it's
back.
two people that just love to fight. Even if Cowboy loses, he's going to put on a show. Conor wants to fight, I think he said 4 times.
So we see him fight Game Bread after this?
And they get Habib. He's going after Habib again. So I think he will get, I mean, he's going, it's 170, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard this fight's 170, which, yeah. But, I mean, yeah, Conor against Cowboy.
Come on, Conor.
He needs this fight. He
Go
needs,
be
he
great,
needs to win
please.
it. But I think he's focused now. I think he knows what he wants to do.
Not like Conor.
And, you know, I think I kind of want a Gaethje against Conor first, but I think it works. Because Gaethje just beat Cowboy, you know, his last fight.
Yeah.
But it'll be entertaining.
Put the flu flams on Conor.
How don't you like Conor, man?
I don't know, man. I just
Conor.
can't.
He
It's
does
just
not like
something
Conor.
about him, man. It's something in my genes that just don't like the dude, man. I don't know what it is. I can't. It's everything I say about him. It just sounds like I'm a hater, but I'm not because I want to like him, but I can't.
What don't you like about him? Like, what's the main thing? Like, what bothers
I
you
don't
the
like
most?
his attitude. I don't like his
See,
antics.
I like all that stuff.
I feel like I feel like he crosses the line, like not super far, but he crosses it. He's
enough.
like 2 feet over the line
Far
every
enough.
time, and it's like, come on, bro, you didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he goes and goes and goes, and you're like, yeah, and then he goes and you're like, whoa, whoa, bro,
Too
like,
far. Too soon.
I was there. Why'd you say that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He picked. It's everybody he
So
fights.
there's no other fighters that ever did that?
No, there's
Because
plenty.
Floyd was the exact same
No,
way.
there's
just-
a lot of fighters that do that. Oh no, wait. But Floyd though didn't cross the line like that. Floyd talk trash.
what?
There are times. No. There are times. There are
Come on
times
now.
that Floyd crossed the line.
Many times.
But it wasn't
Like when he knocked his
every
girl out?
single.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
and promoting fights.
Okay, I
That's
see.
what we're sticking to right
okay.
here.
All
Like,
right, okay.
Out the ring, I can't stand Floyd. That I word up. I can't stand him. Yeah, the dude went upside his girl's head. Like, I don't like none of that. Like out the ring,
You got
I'm not.
word up on that one.
I could go off on Floyd for hours
Word
outside
up.
the ring, but Conor just I don't know all his antics. I just can't like him.
You know, you can find him up at Girl Collection.
Yep, all the time. I saw him last week.
Man, look, I ain't.
Wait, you were a Girl Collection.
What were
I
you
was
doing at
working.
Girl Collection?
I actually worked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you working? The pole or?
Stop. No. No, my TV stuff. I'm working with one of Floyd's guys.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't know. I
And
just,
he left me way too long last week too. I was like, yo, bro, don't do that. Like, cause most of the girls I've been in there probably about like 8 times now,
They
and
come
the
up to you?
girls know now, cause like I've been in there with him so much that like now they don't even look my way or bother me. And so last week I was there for like 40 minutes by myself. And they started to.
How much did you lose?
I don't know. I didn't lose any money.
How much was it?
I didn't lose any money, but they
All
were
his
starting.
ones are
They were
gone.
starting to get the itch.
they was like,
They was
It's
running
like
up on
Problem
you.
is, they didn't know where to scratch. Get me off the air. Quan's not ready for my major pain jokes. He's not ready for major pain jokes.
Woo.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I ain't
But-
stepped foot inside a
Alright,
strip
well.
club in years.
Really? That's good.
Praise God.
I only step in the door to
God.
collect my money and then bounce.
That's usually what I would be doing. Let's experiment, and then things go left.
Wow.
What's up with the elevator music?
That's an outcast.
That's
What?
a Quemin.
Oh, I'm
What are
sorry.
you
Okay,
talking
it
about?
was too low. I couldn't really hear it.
I wish they played this in elevators.
For real, I'd be freestyling all the way up.
It was so low, I couldn't hear it.
It did just have the like.
Right there, the rhythm.
That's all we were getting. We weren't getting the melody behind it. We were just getting the bongos. I was getting the bongos.
I'm in the zone right now.
Steve started eating edibles.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Don't give edibles to your kid, no matter how bad they're feeling.
NyQuil Jello.
They'll be
NyQuil
feeling different.
Jello.
They'll be. Oh no. Oh,
all right, man. Listen, we had a good show. We've been on
man. Yeah.
44 minutes longer than I said we would. But listen, man, a lot happening in sports. Make sure you stay tuned. We will be back Thursday because I promised Josh once we move back into the new studio, we would bring Thursdays back. Thursdays 2 p.m. or ish.
Fair enough. Just let me know.
We'll figure out the time. And that might just be me and Josh
2
talking
p.m.
sports.
sounds good. I think I could do it 2 p.m.
Oh.
Okay. Wow, Steve's back.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't hit the table.
Don't hit the table.
That was a tap. That was just a tip tap.
Sound like a horse running down the whole hallway. Horse.
Yeah, I heard horse.
Okay. Moving on.
I didn't know that's how they read.
Okay.
Gallop.
But
Thoroughbred.
I think Steve had a problem with the old spot, Josh. Maybe he wasn't able to. Maybe he was smoking weed inside. The security guard caught him, and he was 86 from the building. Because we haven't seen Steve.
What?
In like 4 months.
No. Steve was on one show like a month or two ago. No, it wasn't even that long. It was like a month ago.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He's even telling you what are you talking about.
Weren't you on the show about a month ago?
The sports show?
Our show, yes.
This one, the one that we're on now.
Nah, it's been a minute. I haven't been on this show for sure since basketball started.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Maybe,
Jose didn't even know
even-
who he was. And
maybe
Jose's
even-
been on like 6 episodes.
Yeah, maybe even since football started. Yeah, it's been a minute. But I was not smoking weed in the building.
What were you doing? Why'd you get 86? Why'd
I
you
didn't
get 86? Because
I
now
didn't
all of a
get
sudden you're
86.
back and you're coming twice a week now?
I didn't get 86. It's all about timing. I was off. My kids are taken care of.
All right, snacks are starting to come out.
Yeah. Third
Listen,
bag
man,
opened up
we
already.
appreciate you guys.
Time to
Download
shut
the
it
Gorilla
down.
Cross app. Follow us at Gorilla Cross on all social media. Don't Shave December is in full effect.
No,
Is it?
I'm good.
Calling my barber
El
up.
Chapo's gone.
Calling my barber this week. man.
No, listen, you were doing Movember. You only had the mustache.
That's
'cause
right.
I don't think all that grows.
It doesn't.
It's all right.
Illuminati.
Can't end the show like that. Thank you, Jose.
Enjoy the snacks.
Yeah.